Just fucking playing.
Welcome one, welcome all to the Multicultural Misfits podcast. This is your host, Audio AB. Today we have our wonderful co-host,
Omar.
and our other magical co-host,
Jordan.
and a special guest, Sgt Ray.
Hello.
Say hello, Sgt Ray.
Hello.
So just so everybody knows, Sgt Ray is our, pretty much everybody's here.
You can call me Ray.
I like Sgt Ray.
Sgt Ray.
Sgt Ray is everybody here's longtime friend. We've all known him since we were probably 9-10 years old. He's my roommate. We live together. Yeah, he's our buddy. And he's here to join us on our interesting conversation today. So guys, I haven't been to a gym in like months, right? Mm-hmm. So recently I went to the YMCA because I was like, I wanted to get like a legit workout in because I've just been doing bullshit like at home workouts. Mm-hmm. So I go to the YMCA, do my workout. At the end of the workout, I go to the locker room to wash my hands. And you know what I didn't miss about a gym is seeing all the fucking old man balls in the fucking locker room.
Oh. Wait, hold on. Which gym did you go to?
I went to the YMCA.
The YMCA? You saw old man balls?
Yeah, lots of old man balls.
No. They have
And
a sauna there?
young man balls alike too. Young man and old man balls.
Young man and old- I used to go to Planet Fitness and I would never see balls.
Yeah, I've never seen balls at a gym.
People did a good job at covering up with the
they have
showers.
showers?
They have they don't have a
okay.
sauna, but they do have showers, yeah. They have a
I don't know,
sauna there
man.
at the YMCA?
No, but
They
I
have
still saw a
showers.
lot of
So
balls.
these guys are just walking around like it's their house. Like no one else is home and they just took a shower and they're walking around naked.
I think
Where's
it's
the
okay.
towel? How do you think it's okay?
I think it's okay.
But you were just to inform everyone, Raymond was in the military. There's no way in hell. Did you see a lot of dicks in the military?
He probably saw a lot of dicks in the military.
That's
Yeah.
He probably
That's
saw
gotta
his
be
fair
why.
share of penises.
Like an athlete or someone who's in
I
the
mean,
military
like-
that saw that
like-
a lot.
Like there's a lot of dicks around, but like I'm not like trying to focus on their dick.
No,
Yeah.
but you know it's there.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
Especially
yeah.
as
Like
a,
you focus around it. Like you're not looking at it.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
because
once
you're
you
having
look
a
at it-
conversation with Bob, like taking a shower,
Yeah, you're not looking at
You're-
Bob's
you're-
Bob's
yeah,
Bob.
look at his dick and be like, hey, what's up, Bob?
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't mind it. I'm not gonna tell him anything or like look at him any way crazy. But I just couldn't. I don't care if I have the biggest dick and balls in the world. I couldn't walk around with my dick and balls out.
I mean, I wouldn't freak out if they flopped out for a second and like maybe someone saw them and I put them away, right? But like, I don't know. Like, why do you guys think like some of these guys do this? Like, especially the older men, they legitimately walk around. Like some of the younger guys, like yeah, sometimes the ball flops out and they're like walking around and they put a towel on, right?
Yeah.
But the older men legitimately walk around butt naked.
It just comes with age.
I saw.
Yeah,
dude, I
yeah.
saw one guy back when I used to work at LA Fitness. He had one leg up on top of the bathroom counter and then one leg on the ground, and he was shaving his balls
in the gym.
at the gym.
What the fuck is wrong with this guy?
You're talking about going from back to front, shaving his
Yeah,
balls?
full on manscaping at the gym.
He
bro.
should be in jail, bro. What is wrong with
Yeah,
this
that's
man?
landing on the floor. Like it's
That's
not
just
all
weird,
it's
bro.
not all
Step
landing
on
on the
that.
floor, but you got a leg propped up.
Somebody's going to slip in that.
Oh fuck no. Yeah, but I think like Raymond said, it comes with age. Like at a certain point, you just stop giving a fuck.
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just old. I'm not in shape anyways. Plus, there's no women in here. Well, I mean, what the fuck do I care?
Once you're 50 years old with that body, you're like, okay, it is what it is at this
It is what it
point.
is. I might as well walk around naked.
To be honest,
They probably look forward to it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's an aspect.
I
of
can't
that.
wait to walk around that YMCA bathroom.
Boy, oh boy, getting out that shower at the YMCA. with
Let my
dick
right
out.
ball get some air.
Showing all these young men what's up.
Showing how it's hanging.
showing them what 20 years of nut look like. You know what I mean?
Using those full body mirrors. Using those full body mirrors, checking every part of
Oh
themselves.
god.
Hell no.
So like, all right. So if you guys are ever going on like double dates, or if you're ever like going out with like a group and there's girls, like why do they go to the bathroom together?
Oh.
Supportive
I know it's a pretty like
stuff.
generic question, but legitimately, why do they go to the restroom together? Like,
Well-
is it a support system? Like, I need you to come with me in case one of us gets kidnapped or something.
Yeah, I'm not-
because girls are more like they're more prone to that stuff. I mean, it's known throughout history that they get prone to like getting like harassed or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
And
sure.
just having a backup is just nice, for a woman.
I've heard a lot of stories of girls like going to the bathroom and it's just a guy that's like following them the whole walk, like trying to talk to them.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's fucking terrible.
The bathroom? That's fucking
Yeah.
weird. Let me ask you this though: do you mean like at a bar or like at a restaurant?
In general,
In general,
everywhere.
yeah.
Because
Everywhere.
because at a bar that goes double. Where
Yeah.
like it's dangerous and they're prone to like dangerous things. But if you're at a restaurant, let's just say like a normal restaurant, like there's families everywhere. No one would even think.
Yeah, nobody's trying to talk. Nobody's trying to talk to somebody else like in a restaurant.
You had a Chili's. You had a Red Lobster. Someone, he's taking me, stealing me.
Let me buy you some breadsticks.
On your shoulder out the front door with it.
Like a cartoon.
Like a fucking cartoon. No, but nothing would happen then. But they still do it. It's got to be for like conversation.
When
so
you
they
said,
can have some private time.
I would think so.
During the whole,
When you said
experience.
support system, I just had a funny visual of like a girl outside of the stall just clapping her on while she's peeing.
You got it, girl.
You're doing great.
You got it,
do
Bethany.
Doing great.
Push it out of you.
Because we all know girls don't poop.
Oh
no.
shit!
I don't think they do.
I don't think they do. It just goes into the air. It's like it goes into the cloud.
They get everything they need to out through the pee. And that is a scientific fact.
Everything is fucking expunged through there. So all right. So just so people know, Ray was in the military for a while. Can you kind of tell us about your journey about like getting to there and then coming back and how that's been? Like, tell us about your experience in the military.
I guess everything you did in the military, it was like very routine. Like you always have things to do because someone's already laid it out for you. And I feel like coming out of that, coming back to the state or coming back to home where it's just a bunch of civilians and you're put in a situation where you have to like figure out how to live, and it's just like it's very different. It's very
Was it kind of weird at first going from having like a specific routine to where, because I remember you told me you had a job being a shooting instructor, right? So you had that routine of you'd be at work between this hours and this hours doing the shooting instruction, then you'd work out, and then you'd have this, and then you'd have that. But now it's just more kind of like free form in a sense, and you're trying to like find a way around your schedule. Has that been weird?
Yeah, and I mean, I think that all comes down to like me not understanding how to handle that, and I mean, I built a schedule around my life right now, and it's helping me a lot to kind of feel like how it was in the military. Just very very routine.
What do you think you learned the most from the military? Being a degenerate just like us. What do you think? What do you think it helped you learn or helped you implement into your life for that you'll continue to use for the rest of your life?
It's that that thought of self-improvement. I'm just like I'm always grinding. I'm always hustling. Trying to do better things.
Yeah, trying to be better than you were yesterday.
Yeah, it builds that good work ethic. Yeah. You sound like you were in prison, Raymond.
I know. I learned it.
It kind of was.
I ate my cereal at 8:00. The guards woke me up. They turned the lights on. I woke up and I worked out.
8 a.m. That's bedtime. Lights out. Everyone knows
what I mean?
that. So Raymond, what did you find was the most difficult? Just aside from like just having a schedule or something, like what was the most difficult coming back to like a normal life?
The most difficult coming back to normal life? Everything was just so like slow paced. Cause in the military, like they have because everything is so routine, like everyone's on a schedule, and like if you have an appointment for something, like you're gonna be there at that appointment, and like they know how to handle you, and they know exactly the estimated amount of time that it takes to finish that service or whatever they have to do, and you're just in and out quick. Or like if you go to a grocery store, you're in, grab whatever you need, and you're out. And then here, I mean, I end up at the grocery store for like an hour or two because people are just like so slow. I'm waiting in the line, like, what is going on? You see the cash register. What are they called? The cashiers. They're just like taking their sweet time, just
like, hurry up! I got stuff to do.
Fuck up.
Sometimes I just want to yell. Sometimes I just want to yell.
That's a great point. I never thought about that.
Yeah,
because everything's super fast paced, everything's super in unison because everyone knows what they need to do. Yeah. They know what you need to do. You know what they need to do. Yeah, over here we're just. I mean, and we think about it like I think about it sometimes like that capitalist system where everything's moving too fast and like no one's really taking the time to actually talk to anybody. Yeah. But at the same time, from your perspective, you're moving like super duper fast. Yeah. So this is slow to you. But to me, sometimes I'm like, this is too fast. Like, let's settle down. Like, let's talk to each other. Yeah, instead of pay for this, get out. And I'm out of here. And on to the next thing. And then pay for this, get out. And then do this and that. And then I'm going home.
So what kind of people did you meet in the military, right? Like coming from somewhere like from where we came from in Houston, it was like a really like diverse area with lots of different kinds of people, lots of different kinds of cultures interacting, right? So you kind of knew how to like talk to all different kinds of people. But what are the kind of people that you encountered going into the military?
I mean, the military is super diverse. It's almost like Houston, but in Houston you kind of see a lot of like I want to say lower class, but you know, you see a lot more people that are kind of middle lower class. In the military, I mean, it's you know, a lot of people come from military backgrounds already, you know, and there's that's like a majority of the military, and then you have, you know, the other stragglers from every other state that come to the military, and it's just a big bond of like random people. I mean, it's crazy because like I'd say a really close group of friends that I had in the military. You know, one was like Hispanic, one was white. You know, he's like the most country guy ever. And then, you know, you have like another Asian guy that likes to rave, like just random.
It just forces like a random group of people together that like would never hang out or meet each other in like under circumstances.
Yeah, you'll be at a random club with, you know, a guy that looks super country with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat or something.
That's hilarious.
You know?
Isn't that
That's
interesting?
probably when it's funniest, when you're wearing the clothes like that you get to choose to wear.
right next to the hood motherfucker, you know?
Country dude, motherfucker. Raymond's the Asian rave dude.
The Asian rave.
It's interesting how like shared experiences will bring people together like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the sharing and like some of the suffering or like whatever. Too.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Tell us a little bit more, because I've heard that like the Marines boot camp is actually like the hardest one. So tell us a little bit more about that, and if that you think that might be true, given from your experience. Not that you've done the others, but
I mean, it's definitely. I feel like it is harder, only because like the instructors are trained like they're trained to make your life miserable, like super miserable, and like I've seen videos of the other boot camp. I mean, it just it feels so unreal, like when you compare the Marine Corps to like all the other branches. I'm just like, this doesn't look like boot camp to me, but because I experienced something else, you know.
yeah. So what are some of the tactics, for instance, if you can say, what are some of the tactics, for instance, that
I had
that
to.
they-
Nah, I'm just kidding.
I had to kill you if I tell you. That's the only problem.
10-year-old child.
So like, what are some of the tactics they use to like kind of fuck with you guys? Because I mean, I feel like it's a good deal of like mental manipulation for sure, like breaking people down mentally and then building them back up how they want them, right?
Yeah, I mean, so I guess I can say this. So there's 3 phases in the military or in the Marine Corps boot camp, and the first phase is kind of like they break you down to like they pretty much treat you like a piece of shit, you know, like a little twirly shit.
Yeah,
you know?
twirly.
And then,
That's what they would call you.
Yeah,
Nice twirly
you know, and then they pretty much like try to get rid of all the bad habits that you've ever, you know, accumulated throughout your life, because that's 18 years of habits that you have to kind of change whenever you get to boot camp, and they have to do it all within a few weeks, right? And then you got the middle phase. It's kind of like I'd say it's like a very physical phase. So you're kind of like training a lot, you know, and you're getting used to kind of Marine Corps life. And then the third phase is where you're kind of like, you know, you've been sculpted. That piece of shit has been sculpted, and you know, you're kind of almost there and almost ready to take on, you know,
Anything they give you.
yeah, any shit job that they give you.
Interesting, dude. I remember you told me once before that like, which is pretty fucked up. They around the bases over there, that there's like a lot of like car dealerships and shit taking advantage of the guys who are like fresh out of boot camp and getting their like full time pay.
Yeah.
Right? Tell us a little bit more about that and your
This is
experience
all
with
Chevy dealerships.
with guys who like would visit these.
So the thing about the military is they recruit so many people that are like, you know, that are fresh out of high school. They know nothing about finances. They know nothing about like, you know, trying to save money or anything. You know, they're ready to go to Marine Corps, and then, you know, once they get their title, they're like, I'm this badass motherfucker. I'm getting a salary job. You know, the salary pay is only like what, $30,000 a year. It's nothing. It's nothing. But you know, they go to the car dealerships, and then the car dealerships know that, you know, people in the military, they're very full of themselves, and they don't know about finances because they're all young. They're all super young. And because like you get put in a situation where a bunch of kids just get out of boot camp, and they're, you know, they feel like they're an adult. They feel invincible. You know, this is their first job probably, and they're ready to take on a new car.
Money in their pocket.
They go to the car dealership, and dude, we like, especially like me and like other NCO, so non-commissioned officers, like a corporal and above. and we always try to stress the going to a car dealership, right?
Yeah.
To the junior Marines, the new guys, and they always go there and they always end up coming out with like a Mustang or a Charger, 25% APR, something.
Oh my God.
Ridiculous.
It's super ridiculous. Yeah.
They had like no income before this and shit.
And then no income, and then they usually go broke. Like they usually break the bank, and it's really bad.
That's what I was gonna ask you. Have you seen like any really bad situations where like someone just kind of fucking tanked it financially?
Yeah, bit off too much more
All
than
the
they
time.
could chew.
All the time.
What's like one of the worst stories that you've heard? Or is there a story that comes to mind, by the way?
I would say so the military, they definitely take care of you still. Mm-hmm. You know, you're not paying for the place to live. You're not paying for the food. So like if you're in a financial situation, I mean, you're just accumulating debt, but like you still have a place to stay and you still have food, you know, to feed yourself.
So you can still get by. You just can't buy the fun stuff that you want to buy, right? Is what you're saying?
You shouldn't buy the fun stuff if you can even afford it, you know?
Yeah, if you can even afford it after the 25% APR.
I think the worst story that I remember was like, so some guy got I think it was like a GTR or something. Yeah, and it was like 19% APR from, and this wasn't like from the dealership. This was just from another dude that was living, you know, off base. Just some civilian guy.
How do you
Sold
blow
him
it that bad?
Yeah, I think it was like a blue GTR, but dude, yeah, that car was super modded, and he ended up hitting a cop car.
Oh, fuck.
He was like out like was he driving fast or was it just like a slow hit?
So
How fucked was this car is what I'm asking.
So the thing is, I don't know the full details because that's just from like the reports that they give us.
Okay.
know? But I mean, he's straight up dumbass. He hit him and then he drove off.
You're joking.
But the
my
cop
God.
knew that car because it's a bright blue. You know,
You're not going to miss it.
You're not going to miss
Modded
that.
as
He'll
fuck.
never know. He'll never find me.
You're going to hear it 2 miles away. You know?
Just looking.
Yeah.
Holy
So,
shit, that's crazy.
He's in pretty bad debt, I think. Yeah.
Oh my
Jesus
God, man's in
Christ.
jail now.
I can only imagine.
No, he's not in jail. but
Wait, so
Oh,
like,
he got around it.
I was getting run on a cop
it's like
car. That's
these
like-
young guys coming out, right?
Yeah.
You said they think they're hot shit. They get a fucking Dodge Charger or a Challenger. So are there like women that come around that just want to like get with these guys or use them for their money, like strippers or something like that? Like are there strip clubs next to base and shit like
Definitely. Especially for some reason, strippers know everything about like the benefits of having a military man as a
that? They know all the laws.
military
They know all the
man.
VA loan application materials
Yeah,
and shit.
they know that they get a free place to stay. You know, they get their mouth fed and they get half the fucking pay because they have to marry them.
That's actually a sweet deal as a
Yeah.
stripper.
Yeah,
like
it's a-
being a
it's-
stripper around base.
Yeah.
That's fucking nice because what are the chances that it's like a steady flow of people in the military coming in just ready to spend money.
It's a new crop.
that haven't seen a girl in a minute, and this one's naked, and they're right here, and they'll get even more naked if I give them money.
and this one's naked and she'll
You know,
get even
like-
more naked.
So it's a win-win for everybody,
Still
really.
catch something though. I don't know.
It's true.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, I don't doubt it. So like, all right. So being in the Marines, right, and then coming back here, what is the single greatest difference between the two?
The single greatest difference?
Yeah, in terms of lifestyle, the single greatest difference. Because you stressed schedule before, right? But like, what is actually the single greatest difference you would say that you could point out in terms of your life right now and your life, like also your mindset, right? Like, how is your mindset in the military versus your mindset right now?
I think it's better to compare my mindset before the military to now, because during the military, I think that's where I did the most like exponential growth, as far as like, understanding what I want, my goals, ambitions, and all that, and like changing that mindset, and then now I'm out of the military and I'm applying that same mindset, in my own life, and I think that's like the biggest difference from before the military and after.
So Raymond, like, let's say you wanted to pursue like for a further career with the military. Did they try to convince basically everyone to stay after the 4 years, after the contract, or is it just they choose the best of the best, or is it they try to keep as many people as possible?
So retention rate is always like I feel like it's dwindling right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're definitely trying to keep people in. But if you're like obviously if you're like a dishonorable, person that left dishonorably, then they're probably not gonna try to recruit you back. A different branch might, but the same branch probably won't.
So why do people get dishonorably discharged?
Yeah,
just
we'd
for
love to hear a
instance,
story about that.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like most cases it's from drug use.
Just like dumb shit.
Wow.
It's like
Yeah.
weed and shit, or
Yeah,
you seen
I
some
mean,
crazier
like
stuff?
like in the military, there's been a lot of like drug rings.
Drug rings.
Really, like other guys were selling to other guys.
Like I remember like I'm not gonna name any names.
Of course,
please
not,
don't name
of
any
course
names.
not. Yeah, of course
A
not.
whole unit, like a whole unit can consist of like 200 to 400 Marines, and they a bunch of them, like I think like half of them got busted. Slinging like I think it was like Molly and ecstasy and stuff like that.
Holy
Some
Christ.
on the mollies in the military. They got you doing cardio on the mollies.
Hey, I mean,
They just trying to have fun.
Just trying to have fun. Yeah.
I was listening to this podcast, and this is somewhat related. This guy was saying that he was in prison, right? And he must have been in prison, I think, for like 10 years. And somehow, someone in prison, like the librarian, because they let them have jobs in prison, right? Some of them get to be cooks and other shit, right?
Yeah.
So the librarian in prison somehow got a hold of acid, and him and the librarian did acid together in prison.
I
Imagine
would
doing
be so
acid
scared.
in prison.
Yeah, that sounds like a
did
headache.
they ever catch him?
No, they didn't get caught. But acid in prison, that must be insane, guys. I can't imagine that.
So many things could go wrong.
So
Everything is
so
wrong.
many
I feel like
things.
So few could go right.
I feel like everything is always going to be a bad trip. I don't see how
exactly.
you have a good trip in fucking prison, bro.
the moment one of the people that actually works there starts talking to you, it's just they're immediately gonna tell. What do they even do to you at that point? Well, they just take you.
There's nothing they could do. I mean, they're going to be like, what do you want?
So I feel
Nothing.
like some of these people that that do that kind of stuff, and they're probably okay with it, just because like they kind of accepted their fate in
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah.
That's a shame. That's how prison is, because that's how it seems like a lot of people, especially in prison, like not jail, like prison where you're long term.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like they're not trying to put you in a place where you're gonna do better for yourself and you're gonna want to get out and actually strive to get out and like have plans when you get out. It's like they want you just accustomed. They just break you down and keep you there.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
punishment. It's not reform.
Yeah. They want you to keep
That's a
coming
good way
back.
to say it, yeah.
Yeah. They want you to keep coming back.
They want you to, keep
They
coming
want you
back.
to be a repeat customer.
Or just
Yeah.
offend while you're in there and just never leave.
Yeah.
They just keep getting government
Oh,
funding and all
man.
that shit.
It's like the whole private prison thing is so
Yeah, that's what
fucked
I was about
up.
to say.
Like all these like private companies own prisons and run prisons, and they basically cut down the standards so much that you have like 8 guys packed into one tiny room using one toilet, drinking out of one water bowl that's connected to the same fucking toilet. Shit like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's fucked
Like,
up.
and it becomes unsustainable, and they cut the budgets down so much that these guys are just eating such old shitty food. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you heard a lot of those stories, especially like with when the corona first started, when the pandemic first
Oh,
started.
it was bad.
In prison?
Mm-hmm.
It
Or like
was
when they have
bad.
natural disasters.
Yeah.
And they'll just have them like all stuck somewhere, like during Harvey or something.
Oh,
But I-
they just leave them.
they just leave them.
Wouldn't that be a best time for a
you're
breakout,
fucked,
though?
Sorry.
Oh my god.
To fucking break out during like a hurricane or like a freeze or
Do
something.
y'all remember when
That's
the,
the best
the
time.
California
Yeah.
fires were going on, and they had like prisoners as firemen? And
Did
I was
they really?
thinking, yeah, and I was like, why don't they just run into the forest?
Yeah,
and
take
just
off.
never come home.
You burn in the forest
You
too?
just burn in the forest. Just fuck it.
Wait, they had him as. You told me they brought him out of jail.
Yes,
had
they
him
had
as
them
fire-
as firemen.
They
bro.
use them as firefighters?
What do they do?
No
They do
way.
that. Yeah, they do that. They do that a lot. They do it in like a bunch of like natural
laborious
disaster
jobs?
situations.
Oh,
Yeah.
disaster.
Just get a
Yeah.
swole ass fucking swole ass
And they were
prisoner
getting-
and ask him to be a firefighter.
Oh, they were getting paid like 50 cents an hour or something like that. It was something. It was a crazy number. I feel like that was completely wrong, but it was a really low number, and they were just saving lives.
Shit. All right.
That's crazy.
That's the most money I've made.
Each
all year.
life saved, I want a year off my sentence. All right, that seems only fair to me. Okay,
You see that tree? If I put it out, I better go home.
so this brings up something interesting.
Better see my family.
I better see my
They
family.
should all just have the same unison idea. Have it like as a plan, and everyone just takes off in different directions.
So, so do you guys think people deserve a second chance? I mean, that brings up an interesting question that I'm really thinking about now.
Depends on what it is.
Depends on what it is.
That's
Rape, murder, I'm out.
All right, what? No, it gets hairy there because what about accidental murder? Like,
I thought you were about to say
manslaughter.
accidental rape. I was like, whoa.
not accidental rape. Accidental murder. Like
funny.
If it's a very obvious like accidental murder, kind of like what's it
Manslaughter.
called? Yeah, just like regular manslaughter.
yeah, like a kid's riding his bike and then you turn right really quick and you accidentally hit him.
yeah. I mean,
I don't think so.
yeah,
I think you deserve a second chance.
Where do you draw the line though? Like, let's say someone, because at the end of the day, it is sort of an accident. But let's say someone's like buzzed, like they drank a little bit, and they went out and drank. They're not, hammered, but maybe if they were sober, they would have had like the quickness to stop or something.
Yeah.
You know, like the responsiveness.
I still
very
think they
tough.
deserve a second chance, but I feel like these things always change, right? Because what if the kid is your kid? Then you're like, okay, fuck this guy. I hope this guy
no
dies.
matter what, take this guy
You
to
know what I
jail.
mean?
Or what if that guy hated that kid because he always threw his ball over his fence?
Yeah, or that.
I'm just dying.
I just
for the
fucking-
day that this kid.
When I see you around the corner, I'm gonna fuck you up,
I'm
Timmy.
gonna clip you, you little shit.
Charlie, I'm gonna fuck you up when you
I'ma
get
catch
down
your
here. Fuck you. Yeah, I don't know. That's always interesting because I don't know where you draw the line. Now, when it comes to like rape, those people always reoffend and
Under
plus-
the prison.
Yeah, it's under the prison.
Yeah,
You're fucked.
leave them there.
That's when I think. I feel like we've talked about this before, but we should really bring back the death sentence, as like morbid as that sounds. Because why the fuck?
It already exists in a lot of states still.
Yeah.
No,
Like
we have it,
Florida.
but we don't exercise it often.
And if they do,
especially
they
recently in
they stay on
Texas.
death row for years.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bring back the electric chair.
Fucking kill him. No, dude, fucking straight up, just shoot him, bro.
Bro, they're fighting-
Just
just
keep it, keep it cheap and just shoot him.
Tie him to a
Yeah,
post.
they're
and
about
just
to bring that
fucking-
back in like I forgot what state it is, but they're trying to bring back firing squads.
That's what they need to do because they could bring up the argument that like killing them in that way, like in a gas chamber, an electric chair, is as expensive as it is to keep them alive.
Bro,
throughout
you
their
just
lives in
hire
prison.
10
But-
random dudes and give them a gun.
Yeah,
It'll be okay.
bro, they do that in another state. So what they do is they'll get like 10 people, like Gio said, and it'll be one guy that they have to kill. One of them will actually have a bullet, and the rest of them have blanks.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they all shoot, so no one knows who actually killed them, so they can all sleep at night, and they won't have that on their psyche. But someone killed them.
Yeah, somebody shot him.
Somebody shot him. But yeah, people that rape people and like children and stuff, dead. Someone that premeditatedly went and killed somebody,
Dead.
like it was a hate, like I want to kill you, like some evil shit, dead. But
Dead.
accidents, that's where I think we should have a judicial
Okay.
a judicial system.
Yeah,
A judicial.
Say that 3 times
All right,
fast.
so what if? All right, what if? Hypothetically, Omar, you have a daughter, and then your daughter is riding on her little tricycle, and a guy hits her and kills her, right? And then he gets away, and he never even gets arrested, and you find out who it is,
Oof.
and you have the chance to kill him.
Ooh.
If you kill him, do
You
we
go to
give
jail.
Omar a second chance if he goes to jail?
This is the pickle.
That's a good
This
one.
is the fucking pickle.
That's
Do you
a
get a
good
second
one.
chance
I thought
after
you-
this guy hits your daughter and you kill him? You go up to him and you just start choking him out, and you choke him to death.
Well, okay, if I'm speaking truthfully, like if let's say if I was God, like I'm choosing, I'm making this decision. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I get off because at the end of
Of
the day,
course, he's giving himself a second chance.
It's fucking me.
Can
I
anyone
get off and they give me a mill, dude.
can anyone else respond to this? I mean, of course he's gonna give himself
Yeah.
a second chance.
Good job, sir.
Come on.
No, but like, why would you not? I mean, the guy committed a crime.
Yeah.
He got an eye for an eye in a way, I guess. But like,
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
he
It's
got
like,
his due. Like, this is what he deserves. This is not a good person that I killed. You know,
There's like a chain of events that like come from that.
Yeah.
Like the law didn't do their job, so it's like I'm gonna do my job.
yeah,
Take it in my hands.
I'm
like
the
Batman.
equalizer. I'm Queen Latifah.
I'm
gonna take his ass out.
Queen Latifah as the equalizer.
That's by far the funniest shit in the world to me right now.
God
That shit
knows
makes
why
me
they
laugh
passed it.
every
I don't
day.
know why they made that a show.
Oh,
man.
it's so fucking funny. But yeah, that's the real thing, and that happens a lot. I was watching some documentary, and this is kind of dark funny, but it's kind of funny. So some guy, I think he this part's not funny. He like raped his kid, and then he went to jail. Well, he didn't go to jail. He went to the court, and they let him off. And so the dad knew he did it, and so they were walking the guy out of the jailhouse, and then the dad walked up and just shot his ass point blank. With cameras and everybody there. And the funny part is the deputy was like, God damn it, Bobby, you didn't have to do that. That part makes me laugh. But he shoots his ass point blank, and like you can see it on camera, like he just dies.
Yeah,
And he went to jail.
I seen that shit. Yeah, and it's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Don't you think that's fucked up?
It's fucked
And
up
even
because-
the cop knows it's fucked up because
That's
the way
what
he
I'm
said
saying.
it. Like everyone knows it's wrong, but for whatever stupid reason, just like when a politician fucks up really bad, and we're like, oh, I guess we'll get him out of there in an election. It's like, get him out now, bro. The guy sucks. Why do we have to wait? What is this?
Omar likes vigilante justice.
Yeah.
Vigilante.
We
But
should
then
break
that's
into the
problem,
damn
vigilante.
house.
Where does it stop? You know? Then there's no rules.
It's true.
and
Yeah.
Humans
That's
just
the only
can't
problem.
fucking live within good boundaries.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Why do people have to be
Someone puts
dumb?
rules in place. Yeah.
Why do they have to be so violent?
I don't know.
Like,
Kill him.
bro, just go outside, look at the sun, chill,
Just chill.
relax.
Just chill.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like humans have always been naturally violent. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
yeah, for
always
sure.
just like killing things or killing each other or warring with other tribes. And,
Disagreeing with
Because
each
we
other.
had to. Before.
yeah,
We don't have to do
disagreeing
that
with each
now.
other.
For every group of violent people, there's one person like behind them. It's like, damn, y'all shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like y'all should relax. Why y'all doing this?
It's strange, man. I
When
mean,
they were
before,
killing the
yeah,
buffaloes.
you had to do what you had to do as a tribe or whatever the fuck. But now we're a civilized society. We should be helping each
I
other.
mean, you say that, but less than 100 years ago, we had a world war.
True.
Yeah.
Right? Like
That is
and
mad.
there was the first one, right? And they were like, okay, this is bad. Millions of people died. Let's try not to do this again. And then less than 20 years later, it happened again.
Exactly.
Fuck,
because
we're in
they-
wars right now. Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know what's crazy? In between that was supposedly the greatest time in America.
Yeah.
That's the wildest shit.
America had like an economic boom and
It
shit.
was
and then
the roaring 20s.
yeah, and then they had a fucking the
And then they had a
depression.
depression. And then they went back to
People,
war.
people were eating fucking newspaper soup.
Time to sell some guns. Let's
Right.
get some war. Let's get a war going.
Let's get a war going.
Let's get a war going.
Let's get a war going. I've heard that the wars are so profitable, and that's why the United States
Yeah.
has engaged in like that's why they took part in the first war
Mm-hmm.
because they didn't want to take part in the First World War, but they were like it's gonna make us a shitload of money, so let's start selling a bunch of guns to the Allied forces against the Germans.
Yeah, do we currently do that? We still sell. We sell guns like Saudi Arabia.
I think
and
we're the
Yeah.
biggest arm dealer in the world, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
think
I
America
actually
is.
recently learned that apparently this is also because the military has a form of infrastructure where they create a lot of the key parts that they use, like their weapons and stuff like that, just in case anything was to hit the fan, like shit was to hit the fan. They always have a supply of things they need.
Yeah.
Let's say like their supplier comes from like a country that now they're opposing.
Yeah.
You know, then what? Now they all have your guns, and what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah, you don't wanna
that's why
depend
we
on
keep
them.
it here, but it's fucked up because now we're the ones, you know, kind of like encouraging this.
Yeah, it's
selling
locked.
this
It's
shit.
it locked. We shot ourselves in the foot because it locked our economy into to primarily depending on that in a lot of ways. Like that's what a lot of spending and a lot of like business is generated towards. Now so many people's jobs depend on it that you can't go backwards and say let's spend less on defense because if you
Yeah.
say that it makes you look weak and also it can take people's jobs away, which is what you don't want to do.
It's crazy, man. But there's so many bad systems in place. You know, like the whole non-sustainable energy, you know, system.
But I just think that's a part of like the pros and cons of like I wouldn't say capitalism, but like the idea of like making all this shit because you could be in America or you could be fucking I don't know like Sweden or some shit. That is
Yeah.
just like they're just in the middle. Like they don't do anything. They're just or Canada,
Send me to like Canada or New Zealand.
which I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind being in Canada because I wouldn't have to be in a war.
Shit
Nobody
gets
goes to the
bad.
army.
The U.S. is gonna colonize them, bro.
Oh,
U.S. is
God.
gonna step up there. Listen, we need some stuff. This is a long war.
We need
some
all
stuff.
the syrup y'all have.
We need all the
Give me
syrup
all
you
the
guys
maple
have.
syrup and hockey skates.
We need all the maple syrup, all the hockey skates. This is the only way we can fight this war.
But yeah, it's just like if you want to become the world power and all that shit, you have to take that step. But some countries, you know, they cared about the people first, and then they gave them health care.
All right,
We
so
all care about each other, man.
I have something interesting to talk to you guys about. So I was on, I think it was Instagram the other day or Twitter, one of those. And there's a video of some chick, right? And the video is titled like 4 years with my boyfriend before and after. So there's like pictures of her, I guess, from like 4 years ago. And she's like slim. She's wearing like tight dresses and tight clothes, like going out shit. And she's just like a moderately attractive girl. And then she's like me now. And she has like fucking 3 chins. And she's like she's a really big, she's a heavier set woman. You know what I mean? But like not heavy in like just cosmetic. Like she looks unhealthy big. Like she looks
Okay.
like she
Like obese.
Yeah, like she gained an amount of weight that doesn't look healthy for her size, right? So, and she says like, "Oh, he still loves me." So like, all right, Omar. I always go to Omar because Omar doesn't cut he doesn't fucking mince words. He'll give me the truth. Omar, you're the
Like on
boyfriend.
Jeopardy.
You're the boyfriend.
What is breakup? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna go around to each of you guys. Omar, you're the boyfriend.
Okay.
I'm your girlfriend who's now heavy set.
I put my hand on his knee.
Oh yeah, I'm your now heavy set girlfriend, and not heavy set just like thick. I'm like unhealthy, like I'm big. I got 3 chins, like cholesterol, all that, you know, all the whole deal, the whole 9 yards. Yeah. How do you
The whole missing foot.
how do you address this? Do you love? Say you love me. Say you're still madly in love with me, right? But like, I'm a big girl now. What do you? How do you address me? What do you do?
How do you address me?
Did I go down this path at all, or I'm the exact same?
You got kind of big, but you didn't really gain as much weight as me. I let it go too much.
no children were involved. This is just
No,
straight up
we're just been dating.
poor habits.
For 4 years. Poor habits.
I mean, listen, I try to be encouraging and like nice about it, and I would try to like let's go to the gym together. You know what I mean?
But what if, what if I'm
Man,
like,
let's go.
But
to the
really
gym.
for
I got
you.
us
what if I'm
some
like,
shit.
nah, I don't want to do that.
All right, well, I'm out. No, but I think I would try my fair share of that, trying to encourage them and like try to go with them and try to be a part of the
so-
growth. But
How do you approach the conversation? Come at me with legitimately how you would do it.
That's tough, man.
4 years build, 4 years worth build of angst, and tired of her eating all the Cheetos. This is what you have to reply with.
I told you, man. I don't know.
Cheeto puffs.
I don't know, man, because that's a difficult conversation to have with a girlfriend. It's harder to even have it with someone who's not my fat girlfriend.
With me.
I would say, like, I would come at them like,
What would you say to me?
listen, babe. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm no actor. I can't do it with a straight face.
Stare me in the eyes. You don't have to put on an acting face. Just
I
say
got us a gym member. I've noticed.
What have you noticed?
I've noticed your skin looks great.
Thank you.
But there's a lot of it these days. There's a lot of it, more than usual, more than I remember 2 years ago. I got us a gym membership. It's a pretty cheap rate. I got us on HelloFresh.
Why'd you do that?
Well, I mean, just so we both live long lives and we're healthy and we can always...
But I feel healthy.
Let's go ask a doctor. See what a doctor says about that.
Omar has some good answers, guys.
I didn't say
But
it.
this is the most
can't go
polite
any
boyfriend
further.
ever.
No, but at the end of the day... Wait, what were you going
I
to
was like, you have some good answers, man.
For real.
say? Listen, I'm being realistic.
You're being very respectful.
You really skated your way out of there.
Yeah, you did.
Because if I was really in that situation, I would be very, very nice about it at first. Very nice about it. But, well, for one, to even let someone get to that point...
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
You were
It
almost
wouldn't
like
be that
enabling.
long.
But once I'm actually confronting them about it, I'd be super nice. If I can tell that they're not biting at all, not even a little bit, and they don't want to better themselves, and they're like being defensive about it, like for a prolonged amount of time, that's when I'm out. I'm not gonna go down on that sinking ship.
You're
Yeah, that's
bouncing.
Yeah, I'm bouncing.
Don't you think it's selfish in a way? Because, like, that person, not just because of, like, the way they look, right? But also because their health. Like, if you're with someone for 4 years, you think probably you're going to want to be with them longer. And so if they're leading themselves down an unhealthy lifestyle, they could end up dying early or getting really sick. So they're being selfish in a way by doing that to themselves. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't even say that. I'm just, if somebody would have, like, after 4 years, they would get, like, big like that. I'm questioning why you were living your life before you met me in that way. Like, why were you, like, wearing all these little flashy outfits and all this shit? I'm like, were you just doing that for attention, or did you not like, were you trying to really have fun, or did you just want to meet a guy like me? And then you met me,
with me, do you just not
and
give
then
a
now
shit?
you're Mark Henry, and I don't like that. I don't want that.
All right, so Gio, now you're my boyfriend.
It would not take that long.
How do you talk to me?
Give it to him, Jim.
Give it to me straight.
You know,
What's up, baby?
we've had a good... It's been a really good 4 years, you know. I feel like I've grown a lot.
Yeah, of course.
And I feel like you've grown too.
and we can keep growing together.
But I'm just Blue, I'm watching you. I just feel like we've, you know, I just don't feel like I'm right for you anymore.
Why is
We've
that?
grown in different paths.
What path have you gone on?
I feel a calling to you, but not a responsibility to you.
these 4 years mean nothing.
They mean a lot to me.
I thought you
But they
loved
don't mean
me.
that much anymore.
Why don't they mean that much anymore?
I have things that outweigh our love.
There are so
Outweigh.
many jokes
So many
running through my
jokes.
One of us
Outweigh.
grew more than the other, it seems. And
what is outweighing it?
whatever do you mean by
Whatever
outweigh?
do you mean?
That's fucking funny.
I wouldn't let it get that far. I wouldn't let it get 2 years.
Yeah.
And if I see a difference after 2 years, like not even just the weight, just like how she's acting, I'm like, I'm out.
Because that's really the problem with people that get too... Because there's some people that are big, and,
Yeah.
you know, and at the end of the day, people get big. It is
For
what
real.
it is. There's genetics. There's, like,
happens.
diseases that go into it. There's, like, unhealthy food thrown in front of you all the time.
Some people can't fight it. Like
Some
they
people
just
can't
born
fight it.
big and they just stay big.
At the end of the day,
True.
everyone can be healthy. Some people have to go way more out of their way than others do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But... I forgot where I was going with this.
I thought you were really going
You're
somewhere.
making a really good statement. I was
Yeah, I
like,
forgot
wow,
where I
this
was
is really
going.
nice.
Oh, at the end of the day, there's two ways you can go about it, I feel like. You can either be the defensive, no, this is who I am, like AB said, kind of like selfish and like, this is, like, I'm just kind of pretending like there's nothing wrong with it, even though you know there is something wrong with it, like your health. You can't feel good that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It can't feel good, like not being able to get up easily and like walk around often and
struggling to put on socks.
You know what? I'm tired of like having to defend being attracted to another person. Like, if I date you, I am attracted to you. And if I break up with you, I may not be attracted to you anymore.
Or maybe there's another reason.
Or maybe there's another one.
I feel like whenever people break up, it's usually not for like reasons of attraction. It's usually something else. It's usually
It could be
something else in the
genuine.
relationship. So the only person I didn't get an opinion from is Sgt Ray.
Sergeant Ray.
Sgt Ray, I am your heavyset girlfriend. How do you talk to me?
Break up with
Mind
him.
you guys, Raymond's probably the most healthy. You know, he absolutely is. I'd say
He's probably the
most
healthiest
here.
person in this room.
Oh, yeah.
How do you talk to me? Your now heavyset girlfriend.
Honestly, all right. So, babe,
Yeah.
it's been 4 years, and I think we should, I think we should go to the gym. And if you don't want to, it's fine. But I'm gonna have to leave you.
You got two options.
Is it a yes?
You have two options.
It's fine, but I'm gonna have to leave you.
Gym or I'm going.
Oh, I'm out of here.
I'm just very passionate about the gym. And
I feel like you're not sharing that with me.
yeah, you have to
Why?
share that.
Why do you say I have to go to the gym?
I mean, because I'm trying to live that healthy lifestyle, and I also want my significant other to be as well. And I feel like if you're not willing to do something like that with me, I feel like you don't want to be with me at
Yeah,
all.
Raymond won.
Yeah, Raymond probably had the
fucking
best.
won.
He had the best one.
Yeah.
Raymond won. 'Cause
Very
not
sim-
only did he say go to the gym, he turned it on her.
Yeah, he turned it on her.
That's how you beat
He
a
turned it
woman.
on her to where she can't say no.
Now she can't say no,
is
or she
your
looks
fault.
selfish.
Yeah, or she looks selfish.
Now she's crying.
Now she's crying.
Now she's
Now
crying.
she's
sad.
crying.
And we're in the car going to the gym.
And we're in the car going to the gym.
I'm sorry.
We're at the gym. What now?
That's hilarious.
I want to flip the script. Should I? Now you be the boyfriend.
Oh yeah.
All right, honey.
Yes.
You have a lisp?
Yeah.
Honey, I've noticed recently that maybe we're not looking as good as we should be.
That's a good.
I feel like we should be a lot healthier than we are at our age. So we should work to be better than we were yesterday. We should both start going to the gym and eating healthier. And I'm not saying this for any particular reason. I definitely think I should too. I just think that for our long-term health and for us to be together long-term, we have to do this to survive.
That's solid.
AB won it. I thought Raymond won it. AB won it.
That was solid.
That was.
Y'all
you
both
had that
turned it into
walkthrough.
a relationship thing.
No, would you just turn on me? Well, you wouldn't turn on me?
What?
If you were a girl, you'd be like, you piece of shit.
No, that'd be not, because the way you came about it, there was no blame. It was like a combined. It was like a combined thing where you said both of us. Like
There was
you
like
could both be looking
I
better.
feel like there was
Yeah.
logic and
Yeah.
also like there's some care in there.
But you know
too.
what's funny? Every girl listening is probably like they can poke holes in everything.
Oh
we
yeah,
just
they're
said.
probably just like you
Yeah.
pieces of
like you
shit.
pieces of shit. What do you mean we could be looking better?
Right?
I hope no one gets offended.
We
at
look
this.
amazing as are right now. I was like,
Oh, I hate that, bro. I hate. Listen, at the end of the day, if you're okay with being big, that's fine.
Bro, be
'Cause
big.
A lot of people like big women and shit like that. I mean, I don't give a shit.
just
but,
take the fact that I might not be attracted to you.
Yeah, but yeah, don't pretend like everything's all good. Like there's nothing absolutely wrong because there's something wrong. With
What do you mean, Omar? They're beautiful the way they are.
Beautiful the way they are, they don't need to do anything for a man.
They don't need to do anything for a man.
It
Okay.
go- and that goes
Make
for
me
the same
sick.
for guys.
Yeah, it
and
goes the
shit,
same-
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah, absolutely. It goes both ways.
Not
We're
everybody's
just men,
attracted
so-
to everybody.
Oh yeah.
All right, now be my fat boyfriend.
Absolutely. Yeah. I would definitely like a girl to
as
address
a
me
girl,
like that too.
a girl would do it way more mean.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
way.
She would just fuck another. She'd fuck another dude.
Low key, bro.
She would just fuck another. She'd like blow a guy with a six pack or something.
And then you find out later, and then you'd really get fat.
Yeah, and then you'd gain a lot of
Then you
weight,
fucking have a heart
and
attack.
you would just spiral down into depression and
Or
die.
you get fit
Yoga
as shit
coach.
and come back for revenge.
Yeah, she'd blow like her yoga coach or something.
Oh my god.
Is it a tennis instructor?
Any instructor, aerobics, name a coach.
I don't trust any instructors of anything.
Of course not. No, especially when you're wearing minimal clothing,
Oh,
yeah.
God, no.
Short shorts, man.
stretching and fucking downwards dog. Come here, let me get behind me. Let me show you how it's.
Your hips are a little bit out of line.
Let me show you how to do a proper downward dog. Oh my god.
You know shit like that exists,
Oh man.
like L.A. and stuff like that.
oh, for sure. Not even LA and Houston. I'm pretty
Well, I
sure
went
it
to
happens.
a yoga. Have y'all done yoga before? I'm sure I know you
only
have.
only at home. I never went to like a group practice. I've usually just go on YouTube and there's a chick named Yoga with Adrian. She's like some of
love
the.
her.
She's really good, right, Ray? Ray. I've done some videos with him too. We done bro yoga together before. It's pretty
Broga?
cool.
Yeah.
Broga.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good one. Broga.
Roga.
We've done Broga a few times together. Broga's pretty nice, but no, I've never been to a class.
What's Broga like? Is it like it's like a joint thing where like you do stretches where you need someone else's help?
No, nothing like that. ahead, Ray. Come
Not
behind and give me an
but, like, let's
adjustment.
say like the stretcher.
No, it was just he said they were doing yoga together.
No.
It was just
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
Just
It
the
wasn't
same
like a
room.
thing.
It was in the same room. I wasn't. Like,
It wasn't a
fucking
thing yet.
Behind him, fucking easing his hips in.
At any points do your lips touch? I'm just kidding.
Slightly.
Just a little bit. Stretching them. That's all we're doing. No, but yoga's a good time, man. I went to yoga once, and it was like in a dim lit room. It's super like serene. It wasn't like hard yoga where I'm doing like tough ass pose. It was like some beginner shit.
Yeah.
And I damn near fell asleep, bro.
That's
'Cause
wild.
They'll have you in positions for like 15 minutes. That was like a that downwards dog. Oh no, resting pose or whatever the fuck, where you're on your knees in front.
Child's pose.
Child's pose.
You were doing some weak ass yoga, man. You guys
Well,
did
it was beginning.
It's the stretch though. In the beginning, I think it was the stretch. It was like the first like 15 minutes that I get. I don't know why the fuck
that's
they
just
have
like
you in those
that's
for
like
so
a
long.
really, really, really like novice level shit. Like
Yeah.
if you're just in child's pose for like 15 minutes, like that's like you're not really getting much of a good stretch. You have to like be dynamically moving to like different positions and doing like the way yoga with Adrienne does it. She does like a few deep breaths per position, right? So she'll do like downwards dog, 5 deep breaths, and then you extend your leg back and you shoot it upwards, right? And you do that 5 times, and you bring your knee to your nose, boom, 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 and then you switch legs, boom, 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 and then you go to like cobra, and then you do 5 deep breaths, and then different position, and you keep moving and moving and moving and breathing. From what I've gathered from the videos, it's all about breathing. Do you think that's accurate, Ray?
Yeah, I mean they incorporate like all the breathing with all your techniques. I think breathing is the timing part for yoga.
But definitely more physical than the one that I did. I was exaggerating when I said 15 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, 15
It
minutes
was like an
wild.
hour, and we did like several poses.
He
but,
was just recording y'all like, look at these dumb motherfuckers.
But it was legit like 5 minutes or something. Like when that's way longer when you're like in the quiet,
Yeah, I mean-
staring at a mat. You know what
Yeah,
I mean? I damn
absolutely.
near fell asleep, man. It's very soothing. I was a fan.
I've seen some yoga that look like CrossFit, like just going like super fast.
Bro, that hot yoga
That's
shit,
intense, man.
Yeah.
That like damn near like hit training where you're
Hot
you're
yoga's
working
crazy.
nonstop.
They do it at like more than 100 degrees in the room or some shit like that.
Oh,
Fucking insane.
Yeah.
I'm out of there.
I've actually always wanted to do that.
I'd be interested in trying it for sure. I heard it can feel like almost like you're getting high because like the fucking endorphins going to your brain
Yeah.
and shit afterwards.
Almost like that runner's high. Like the same thing essentially, but not in the same.
Bro, have y'all
way
ever
got
had
there.
runner's high?
Yeah. I've never had it. Every time
it's-
I'm running, I'm just like,
I
my
kinda
knees
have.
fucking hurt.
Bro,
Fuck
it's
this, I
fucking
hate this.
amazing.
It's kind of nice.
It's
yeah.
amazing.
You just feel like a lot lighter and like a lot more. You almost forget where you are.
Yeah, I forgot. We were like running laps in baseball, and it was like lap like 22, and I was dead tired, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, and I just started running back and forth. I was like, yes, it's great. It was wild.
You just had a second win.
It was like I can't even explain it. I saw daisies and flowers and hella shit while I was
He
running.
was probably close to passing out.
I was like this.
Jordan,
sip of Gatorade
next
saved
thing
my
you know,
life.
Someone's waking you up. You were on the ground the whole time.
For like an hour.
Passed out around lap 18.
Nah, bro. Humans are much more capable than we give ourselves credit for.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there were times I was real into cardio during the beginning of the pandemic, and there were times where I knew for a fact I could keep going, but like your mind is just so quick to be like, all right, that's enough. Like you did what you said you were gonna do, even though I felt like I could have kept going.
Yeah.
And your mind just kind of tricks you into thinking you are that tired,
That's
and you
so
do have
true.
to stop, but you're not that tired.
Ray, is it you who told me about the 40% rule, or is it someone else? One of
The
our
40% rule.
Yeah, that's just like it's like whenever you think you're like you've given your all, you've really only given it like 40%.
I think that might have been.
Sounds like some Richard
Yeah,
shit.
it sounds
Yeah.
like a Richard thing.
Yeah,
thought you were
someone-
talking about-
one of our other friends,
I
but
thought you were gonna talk about the 10% of your brain thing. I was like,
nah,
oh,
that
God.
that's I don't think that shit's
There is
true.
something called like breaking the wall. Like you never really hit that wall until you're like mentally capable, of it.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's
I
just-
see. Yeah, when I used to work out with Richard, like AB said, one of our friends, there were times where like when I was benching, he wouldn't tell me how much weight he was putting. He knew like what my range was, and he would just give me a higher amount, or he would give me the normal amount, and it would honestly feel like the same fucking thing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to tell until like I actually looked at the weights. So it's true. It's
Yeah,
true.
sometimes a lot of this stuff is mental, man.
It's
it
all
is.
about perception.
It's all
A
mental.
lot of
put
stuff is
obstacles in front of ourselves.
a lot of stuff that we deal with is all mind state. Like I heard if like you just keep like signs around or post-it notes around your wall that just say like I'm happy or just say like I will be successful, like you can manifest that kind of stuff. Like if you can like keep it around you and like see it every day and manifest it into your eyes, into your brain, and keep it in there, then it can happen, maybe.
Yeah, it's a possibility that it'll happen.
Right? It'll soak in at least, right? Like say if you're a sad person and you're just like deciding that maybe I want to try to be happier about life or something like that, and just I don't know, right? I'm happy. I love my. Even though that sounds creepy.
That sounds
right?
even crazier.
That sounds insane. Like someone's
mental
losing their
asylum.
mind. I'm happy.
I'm fucking happy.
Writing it in
Blood.
poop.
Writing it in poop.
Fingernail.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true though, man. Like I feel like like people take that a bit too far, where they're like, you can manifest anything, like it will come if you think about it. It's like, no, that's not true. But
Manifest a Tesla for me.
manifest it, yeah,
For real.
$1 million. It's
I
in my
want
car.
$1 billion, $1 billion, $1 billion.
But
Please.
like, if I feel like you do kind of shape your own reality, because if you're
Absolutely.
negative all the time and you're not going out looking for new opportunities, when are new opportunities going to come? But if
Yeah.
you're always positive and you think of everything as a possibility and like you can get there, then one day the opportunity is going to come up and you're not going to miss it.
Yeah.
Maybe,
No.
yeah, maybe you could.
Yeah, this actually tied down to what you talked about, earlier this week. You're saying, like, there's a lot of people that are always on Instagram or like, on social media. They spend so much time on social media, but like, they're surrounding their knowledge and information through social media. So like, they're just getting a bunch of random bullshit, that people post. When you can just be surrounding yourself with knowledge, You can have like an Audible book, like that's what I've been doing. Audible books and podcasts, just have that on, listening to those, and it's just knowledge coming at your brain, and that's what you surround yourself.
That's so true, man. Because like the content you're taking in, right? Like whether you are actually watching the video or not, right? Like if you're seeing a video of like, I don't know, like two people fighting over like a chicken sandwich, something stupid like that. It's funny, right?
It's
but
real
like,
though in America, yeah.
yeah, and if you see like a bunch of videos like that in a day, like a bunch of toxic activity and like a bunch of like entrepreneur kind of porn type shit, where it's like people are like look at all this shit that I have, and like you could do this too if you buy my program, shit like that, right? Like people doing shit like that, like putting it on social media, and then other people seeing it, they're consuming it into their brain, and whether they know it or not, it's in there subconsciously, consciously, and I feel like it affects their mind state.
That's true.
Yeah.
Raymond, that's a great point you also said, like specifically about so many different things, because you're just getting short bursts of a bunch of different stupid things. And
Absolutely.
some of it's important, I guess. News
Yeah.
it circulates a lot faster because of social media and shit like that.
Yeah.
But some of them is just like dumb shit. Just dumb shit, like the Space Jam thing with the Lola Bunny thing.
Oh
And
my God.
It's like, and now like I took like 15 minutes to scroll through and like read an article about why they changed Lola Bunny and now she looks less hot than she did before.
Yeah, and people are mad about that.
It's like short bursts of stupid shit, and you don't really retain anything because it's just all like, it's just quick. Like,
and
I want the next funny, entertaining thing, and then get out of here, and the next thing.
yeah.
It,
And it just builds-
It just doesn't help you grow. Yeah.
And it builds up to endless amounts of small talk about nothing.
That's also true. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then
absolutely.
small talk circulates around dumbass stuff. That has nothing
Like,
to do with.
have you seen that video on TikTok? And I'm like, no, I haven't.
Yeah, I have a friend, senior year of college. Like we were like friends when we were like 5 or 6 years old, and then we like became friends again in college. 'Cause I saw him there, and we started hanging out. And like he was telling me, because I was telling him I was looking for jobs, and he was telling me that he was making like a shitload of money like in real estate. He was going to school too, but like he's making a lot of money doing wholesale real estate. And then I was asking him, I was like, how the fuck did you like get into this? Like, how did you get into the mindset of doing it? And he was telling me like he became like so obsessed with it to where he canceled his Netflix account. He stopped watching like a bunch of like bullshit. Like he just legitimately like all he focused on was learning about this and learning about the markets and learning about how everything works and learning about the math and learning about the industry and trying to talk to people. And like, he focused all of his time on that, and through doing that, he was able to make a lot of money, more than he made at his corporate job. He actually quit his corporate job
And it's
started
paying off.
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
that's
just like,
that's awesome, man.
isn't that like inspiring? Like it just shows that like you can really put your mind to something and do it. It's just like we have all these distractions nowadays, you know?
And it's like we have literally every tool to do whatever we want, like in front of us.
Yeah.
Like with a phone, bro, you can learn how to do whatever you want.
Oh yeah.
But then
so
it's like
true.
people are just, and I don't want to sound like we're like dumbing down people, but it's just like when you're on social media and shit like that, you don't really control what you see at all. So people are just putting bullshit in front of you anyways.
Yeah.
Absolutely, because sometimes it's not even your control, right? Because the way the algorithms work, like you're just getting stuff that maybe you're like on the explore, as far as explore pages, right? Like you're just getting shit that maybe your friends liked or that you liked that might be related to like a picture that you liked 2 weeks ago. Like it's completely random.
That's the thing that I hate about,
group and shit.
and this is a whole nother argument like in my head, but this is the reason I hate like the media when they talk about like politics and things like that. Because they try to separate it into like two different camps, but it's like when you're on social media all day and you're watching TV all day, it's feeding into ideas you already have in your head. So it's like, but then the media's like, oh, why the fuck are they so crazy over there? And then why are we so cool over here? It's like, no, it's like you're seeing the same shit every day that like piles into the shit you already believe in.
It's confirmation bias.
Exactly.
People tend to seek basically answers to something that they already think is true.
Exactly.
Right? So if someone believes that there's nanobots in the coronavirus vaccine, they're going to look up all the crazy super
That supports their theory.
Yeah, QAnon type shit that says there's nanobots. They're like, I fucking knew it.
Exactly.
And they're going to pull up all the news stories that are somewhat related to it and use that as their evidence, right? And don't get me wrong, it goes on both sides of the
Yeah, it's on both sides.
Yeah, it's both left, right, middle, everywhere, right? People do it all the time.
It's true. Yeah, it's difficult to find real, just true news that is not just like a money grab and like something to get clicks, you know?
R.P. my man Larry King.
I know, man.
Larry
You know,
King,
it's weird how we
dude.
go down rabbit holes though. Like say if like something's like you have like a mole, right, or like something looks off on your body, and then you go online and you put mole on shoulder. All of a sudden,
have cancer.
You'll be thinking you have like this fucking rare form of cancer that only like
Like, you're gonna die in
2%
2
of people
days.
ever have ever gotten, or something. Yeah, something like that. Like it's weird how we can easily go down rabbit holes with the internet, right? Because it's a good thing and a bad thing in that way because of the amount of information present.
But it's also like when you're Googling stuff like that, you don't. I feel like in your brain some way, you're not looking for like the normal response to that question. Like you're gonna like your eyes are gonna go to, oh, you might have cancer. Oh, bitch, you might die tomorrow because you have this mole on you. It's like that's what your eyes go to more. Like I think quicker.
Yeah, because you're searching it up because you think that something like really wrong.
Exactly.
With you.
Yeah, so you're going
Like you're searching it out of fear.
Yeah.
And then you find a response that feeds into your fear. You're like,
Yeah.
bro, whoa, I need
gonna
to
play
call
the
my
most-
mom tomorrow.
It's happening now.
It's happening right now.
It's happening. I'm
It's
dying.
happening right now. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, because you're the most scared of the worst thing possible. So that's the first thing that you're like, I need to find the solution to this because what
Yeah.
if it's this? But that's actually why I like Reddit, man. Reddit's kind of like a nice neutral ground.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because every now and then you do find the answers that you really do need. Like I remember I developed alopecia a few months ago, and I couldn't figure out why. And I ended up looking through Reddit, through a bunch of shit, and I ended up figuring out it was. And this is not because the dermatologist told me or the doctor told me. This is because I went through Reddit and I eventually found out that a lot of people have this problem. I'm kind of this way too. I have these mannerisms. It was a vitamin D deficiency because I know I don't go outside very often. Like during the pandemic, I wasn't going outside getting like normal sunlight.
Yeah.
Like a
and I
vampire.
wasn't taking like multivitamins. Yeah, I only go out once.
When the sun was gone.
No,
Like a
but
vampire.
no bullshit. The sun's overrated.
Sun's overrated.
Yeah,
The sun is fantastic. Guys.
I'm a much bigger fan. There are people that just like to go out in the sun. Like we have a
Yeah,
friend
those people are kind of wild.
that is all about the sun. Chris, we have he's
Oh, yeah.
he's all about the sun. He enjoys going out in the sun. Like he doesn't mind when it's hot and shit.
I hate when it's hot, but I like going outside when it's nice. But when it's hot,
If
I
I'm
fucking-
doing
if I
something,
didn't
then I'll
sweat,
do it.
I would like it.
Oh yeah, if I didn't sweat either.
But I could be standing butt naked outside in the hot sun, and I'm gonna start sweating. It doesn't matter. There could be a bunch of fans blowing out me, and I'm gonna start sweating because I just get hot easily
I think I'm sweating all the time.
Yeah.
all the time, even just a little bit.
I'm just consistently just sweating.
I'm
I feel
sweating
like-
right now.
Yeah, I'm sweating right now.
I'm sweating a little bit right now.
But
It's
I found
also-
the answers, man. I found the answers that way.
It's also to do with the climate that we have here in Houston. You know, it's just so wet and hot. So that combination of both, I think, just makes a lot of people sweat all the time.
You feel like you're walking through a jacuzzi sometimes, bro.
Oh my god!
Like you're walking through like
waiting around. And
yeah, like it's hard to breathe. Like you can see,
Yeah.
but like it feels like you're moving through a solid. Something
Yeah.
like Jello.
The air is just so like thick and warm, and you're trying to breathe it in, and it's just fucking smothering you.
And it feels hot right now. Can you? It's like 70 something. Can you all imagine when it's in the highs in the hundreds,
oh, I might stay
the
inside.
low
Oh,
hundreds?
like when I went to Jamaica, like you.
Oh.
I couldn't even, you've been right.
Oh
It's dry
no,
here,
but I
though,
know
right?
it gets
No,
hot,
it's,
hot.
It's
Oh,
humid
no, it's- yeah, what
and
am I
like the
talking
air
about?
is so thick that you can kind of taste it. You know. Yeah.
Tastes great, like jerky.
Take a
Jesus.
bite out of it.
Like some jerk chicken.
Yeah.
Like some
I've heard
jerk
they-
chicken.
Jerk chicken's good.
I've heard they have some really good food over there.
Jerk chicken is crazy good.
I bet they
bro.
have fun in Jamaica. I bet
Oh,
they
they have a
having
great
good
time
over there
because of all the oppression.
yeah.
The
Exactly.
most
lot of
oppressed people
weed.
Isn't-
and a lot of weed.
Isn't there like a huge crime zone over there, or like
Hell
right?
Kingston.
Kingston, isn't
Yeah.
that like a? Tell us more. Tell us more. I've never been. I have no idea.
Wait, real quick question: when you went to Jamaica, did you drink the water? Could you drink water, like faucet water?
I don't know.
Okay,
I mean,
Jamaica.
I mainly drink from a water bottle. You know. Like,
Well, but that goes for every new
Yeah.
area you go to because there's like bacteria that isn't present in your geographic
Yeah,
area. Like when I
okay,
went
okay.
to the Middle East, when I went to Egypt and Jordan, I was shitting my brains out.
yeah.
Yeah.
because you get like little microbes that aren't fatal, but they're enough to like do damage to your stomach because you're not used to them. But they're used to it. They can drink the water no problem. But
Okay.
if they came to America, they'd probably have the same issue.
All right, you got to remember.
Well, I mean, just going back to like Kingston, it's just run by a lot of like gangs out there. You know, they hate tourism, so like you have like the one side that's very tourist based. You know, all the tourists go to this side specifically, and then you have the other side, which is very like gang ridden. They kind of control that area. So I mean, that's pretty much all I know about that. sort of.
They just told you to not go over there.
Yeah. So in the military, we have I think it's called like green zones and red zones. Like Kingston was red zone, so like you couldn't even travel there.
It's a hard red. Don't go over there, guys.
Hard red.
Why is it that they don't like tourists? Is it because it makes the people in power that are oppressing them stronger, or is it just they just don't like? They're just not in the mood for all these people trying to like fuck on their land and stuff and do dumb shit on their land, or what?
I mean, like I think it's just like it's ruining their culture in a way because tourism started from people coming in. They like the area
And they just colonized it and
they
took all the good
colonized
shit.
it and turned it into like a really touristy place, kind of westernized, And
Where's the Starbucks?
Yeah.
Where's the fucking Starbucks?
I feel like that's the beef that Hawaiians have with Americans.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like when you go to like the main island, like okay, it's chill or whatever, because like that's their job. Like they work to like make sure that you're comfortable. But then you go to the other islands, they're like, we do not go over there. Honolulu, nah, we stay over here.
It's because we got them hooked on meth and shit.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that,
that
you know what I
too.
mean?
Oh my god!
And then that's-
really is that that's
Yeah,
going
meth
on?
is
that's what America does everywhere.
Hawaii is
That's
like
true.
so fucked for so many reasons, right? First of all, because of like the meth thing, and then second of all, because think about it, they don't really have much land over there,
Yeah.
right? Compared to like here, like think about the Midwest of the U.S. Like we have just so much land for miles and miles and miles, just acres and acres just of land.
No money
that-
from outports or anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you'd have to like everything has to be imported. All your cows, all your beef, all your oil and gas. There's no fucking oil and gas rigs in fucking Hawaii. You know what I mean? You have to fucking import everything, so it costs way more.
That actually sucks, man.
So
You have
all-
such a beautiful place. The only way your country can make money is by bringing shitty people over here to spend money
Exactly.
on shit that you don't even really like.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that tourism is the biggest source of revenue for the Hawaiian state.
I couldn't possibly.
I
think
wouldn't
what else
doubt
could
it.
Be.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I don't know what the fuck else they would export. I mean, maybe fruit, like pineapples.
Pineapples,
I don't know.
lava.
Some pigs.
Yeah, yeah.
sell little shot glasses of lava.
It's some poor mom boxing lava in a factory.
Dude, it's crazy that they have like volcanoes over there. I mean, we have volcanoes here too, right? But they have active like volcanoes going off.
that could just
over
go
there.
off and end everybody.
And that's it. Everyone just
And
you
they're just
can get
chilling.
the water, but that's it. You're done.
They're in a small little island. If
Yeah.
that volcano was like for some reason super abrupt and like wanted to take out the whole island, it can't.
Just
Bro.
in the middle of the night, that shit just erupts and like you wake up to lava at your front door.
Jeez, all right.
Fucking lava. You ever seen what lava does to normal stuff?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yes.
I wonder
looks
what
crazy.
what it could do to a human hand.
Melt
You
that
just
bitch
Melt
off.
the entire thing.
Literally, like it's gone. Like as it touches it, it's like an eraser, and it's just gone.
All right,
Like,
So if you could have a choice, would you rather have occur in your home city a volcano, a hurricane, an earthquake, or a tsunami?
A hurricane.
Hurricane.
yeah, probably a hurricane. I would say
Hurricane.
maybe earthquake, but we don't have the infrastructure to handle that. But if
No.
we did, I would say
Oh
earthquake.
my god, if we had an
All right,
earthquake.
let's
fuck
let's
that.
take out hurricane. So you can either have a tsunami, earthquake, or a volcano.
I like this tactic. You go until we find the worst.
Yeah.
I would say earthquake at that point. Then
Earthquake. You feel like that might be somewhat manageable?
I feel like earthquakes.
I'd say tsunami.
I'm trying to.
So
that's
you-
what I'm trying. I was
gotta be a
like, I've been
nightmare,
trying to
dude.
think of what a tsunami really is.
Well, tsunami is like
it's just rain.
It's the result of an earthquake out far in the water, right?
Yeah, so it brings a
Oh.
wave and then it pretty much floods the entire city.
Oh,
but
fuck
like
that.
a wave that if it hits you, you are like dead.
Yeah, you're done.
Like it's not like
But-
whoa, we're having fun at Schlitterbahn.
Yeah.
Like you're dead when that hits.
Like
you.
we're talking about split the Red Sea Day.
Yeah, like that shit. Like a car hits you.
I wonder how tall like a tsunami wave is. Probably like hundreds of feet. No.
Holy
I mean,
shit.
the movies told me it's like the buildings. It's
Right?
like
I don't
the
know.
buildings.
I
I don't know.
It's pretty tall.
It's like the building.
But then there are
think
people
so.
that like surf those shits. You know?
I've heard of people.
Imagine surfing a tsunami.
Are you sure? I feel like someone would die.
No,
if
not,
they
I mean,
tried
maybe
to
not
surf.
tsunamis, but like not tsunamis, but like giant waves.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've seen
okay.
people
And
surf
actually,
giant
no,
waves.
dead ass. So there are people that do try
A
to.
tsunami?
Yeah, I swear to God, recently there was a tsunami somewhere. Not recently, as in like the past few years, and there were surfers. Like surfers flew out there to try to. I swear to God, I'm sure not to try to catch the main wave, but maybe like it like kind of
Just catch
breaks
some of the
off.
other waves,
Yeah,
like the
it
smaller
like tapers
ones.
off at the end of it, you know, because it doesn't go forever.
That's
Like,
hilarious.
there's got to be an
bro.
end to the height of this wave. It's got to be like a mountain, like a V shape, I would imagine.
Surfing, man. What a thrill that must be.
Hell yeah, that shit looks insane.
It
When
sounds-
those
it looks terrifying,
Crazy
man.
high
I always wanted
waves.
to do. I
would
was
love
in
to do it.
Cali. I should have done it.
You should
gotta
have
be
learned,
hard.
bro.
It was kind of expensive.
I can imagine. Probably like $100 an hour or something like that.
Well, you have to pay the instructor because obviously it's your first time. You'd like an instructor. The instructors out there, there's like like surfer dudes, with their surfer signs, and they have it says like I think like for a lesson it's like $500 or something.
Oh my god!
Oh wow.
Well, that was one example that I saw. It's just some dude. He was like, hey, surfing lessons $500, and you get a wetsuit and you get a little surfboard and everything.
I'll just
Okay, that's a
YouTube
little
it.
bit more.
I'll just
You don't take that home
YouTube
with
it,
you,
bro.
though,
No.
Oh, then fuck him.
It's
No.
renting. It's renting.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I thought he gave it to you. I was like, all right, he's
Hell
gonna give me
no.
a board and a sweatsuit.
No
I was
way
like,
a
sure.
surfboard runs you over like $1,500. No way it runs over that.
Nah.
There's absolutely no way. 3 of those sessions, you could botch yourself that shit. And I teach myself on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Learn how to surf on
You're
YouTube.
gonna want to go like this, bruh. And they get, like, what could they possibly be teaching you?
I bet you there probably are YouTube videos of how to surf.
There's gotta be.
How to surf for beginners.
Because it's just balance. Like, you just look it up. You're supposed to be on your stomach. You swim like that, and then that's it. You just got to keep
Yeah,
practicing
I feel
over and
like-
over. It's
I mean,
practice, not
I feel like it's not
instruction.
as easy as we're making it out to
It's
be.
not
Oh,
as
for
easy.
sure.
It takes skill, but it's like,
But eventually, if you keep doing it on your own, you'll still get it.
yeah, you'll get there.
You'll figure it out.
I feel like that's why nobody watches it. It's just like,
Surfing for dummies. Just read a
Yeah, surfing for dummies.
Surfing
bunch
for
of quick
dummies.
She
10-minute
stood up
video.
on the wood.
We're
All
gonna
right.
have a bunch of surfers fucking giving us me. Hey, brah.
Hey, bro.
It's not that easy, brah.
That's not how it happens, bruh.
You guys don't understand, brah.
That's not how you ride
I
the
don't know. I gave
waves,
him a
bro.
Jamaican accent.
And would you have a fucking bunch of angry surfers riding into us?
Angry
man.
Australians.
Well, there's no water around me, so what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
They're
What are
gonna
they
walk
gonna
up to me?
Yeah,
Oh.
they can't do shit. So we run this shit.
Like
Land
Aquaman.
territory.
You have no
Yeah.
power without water.
You have no power without water,
Nothing.
you,
I'm on land.
you fools.
You fish. And just throw them back in there. How trash is Aquaman, huh? what do you do if the fucking activity is not by the water?
I never really thought about that. No, Aquaman can't do shit.
Bro, he has like barely any hands, and that's it.
What if he was the only superhero and then everyone just completely avoided water and he's just waiting for someone to fuck up in the water?
He's trash, bro.
He seems like a useless superhero.
He's really bad. He's a really bad
Out of
superhero.
like they call him Justice League, Batman's probably the best.
Superman is
Batman.
way better.
Batman's cool, man.
Batman-
Oh, you're talking about the whole character, like the personality and all that shit?
You're talking about just
all
strictly
overall.
powers?
Pound for pound.
Powers-wise,
Yeah.
Pound
I mean,
for
the guy's
pound.
Superman is the
God.
guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, pound
That's
for
why
pound.
that's why I hate the fucking movies, because Superman is such a good dude in the comics. Like, he's a great guy.
But he's got that
The
bullshit.
movies
ass
make him.
weakness.
But the movies make him look like a little
stupid.
bitch.
Yeah, and like a bitch.
They make him, oh, what if a superhero was like God? It's like, no, he's normal. He was raised in Kansas.
Having emotional that's what they're about, right? Like he's always like having like
They're always like,
trying
why
to
do
figure
you,
out who he really is.
Yeah, it's like,
type
why
of
do you?
shit.
You don't have a responsibility to save anybody. He's like, he's a nice guy. He does it because he loves people.
Yeah. Also, you kind of do.
You also do,
Right?
You're an alien,
Nobody
bro.
else can, so
You're
you
the-
gotta go do
Yeah,
this.
dude, come on. You can fucking move planets and spin back time and shit. I mean,
Exactly.
the least you could fucking do is save a couple
Save the
lives.
building.
No, don't
Yeah.
call him. We know he's busy today. It's like,
Yeah, what the fuck?
fucking
Hard day
buildings are
yesterday.
falling down. Yeah, you do have a responsibility.
Please save
Kinda
us,
trash,
Superman.
bro. Then people just calling you nonstop.
Yeah,
it must be like they probably. I mean, if superheroes were real, they'd probably have a lot of like tabloids on them. They'd probably have paparazzi on them all
for
the
sure.
time.
For sure.
Imagine superhero getting Me Too'd.
Oh my
It could
god!
happen.
Blow up the reporting like little headquarters that they have and wherever.
I feel like any like realistic superhero, I feel like they would just turn evil, man.
I don't think
Like,
so.
can you not?
You just give people so much power. Like one person with so much power, they're gonna make everybody else slaves.
I don't know about that.
And honestly,
I don't know.
humans are. When we see something like that, like, could you imagine if tomorrow, like, legit, a superhero just showed up?
yeah.
Like, it looks like a human, like some Superman type shit. The first thing we're gonna do is try to kill them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Or
For
try
sure.
to catch them and like start cutting them
For
up.
sure.
That's
Or do
the
experiments.
first thing we're
There's gonna be
do.
experiments done.
How are we gonna kill this guy? That's
How
the
we gonna
first
kill
thing
this
we're gonna
guy?
That's
talk
the one
about.
thing that this is Man of Steel. It was like 2012.
Yeah.
There's a part where the Americans put like a satellite in outer space to like watch him. And Superman goes into outer space and he grabs his satellite and he like smashes it. And he's like, "Don't keep an eye on me. Don't ever watch me. Don't ever spy on me." I was like, we should probably spy on you a little bit. Just see what you're up to, bro. Like,
flying
right?
around in
yeah,
space.
you're flying in space, so we can't get up there.
Don't come back here, please. Don't ever come back here. Go find another planet. Fucking
No,
weirdo.
that's hilarious. Fucking weirdo. Fucking
No, that'd be-
alien.
That'd be terrifying, bro. If that came on the news tomorrow that a superhero just showed up and left,
That'd be wild.
I don't know. I'm considering that the end of the world. Like, this is not going to end well.
Because they never
for-
bring good shit. They always bring villains with them. Like,
Yeah.
they always bring somebody bad with them. They never just.
hide from a stronger guy than me. It's like,
There's always,
yo, go.
there's always something else coming.
There's someone else coming. All All right, guys,
Thor.
brace yourself because somebody
Yeah.
else is on their way right now.
He used to bully me in school. Now he's coming here.
Yeah.
He's got a big.
It's like an
he's got a bone to
intergalactic
pick with me.
intergalactic chase. Like someone's chasing them from planet to planet, shit like that.
No, just blowing up the
bro.
plane and then he takes off.
So
and it's too destroyed.
speaking of like intergalactic type shit, I saw an interesting, or at least interplanetary. I saw an interesting movie recently called Total Recall, right, with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
And this movie was like the original one, came out in the 80s. They made like a remake in the late 2000s or some shit. So this movie is about this guy is a construction worker, right? And basically he keeps having these dreams about Mars. And at this in the movie is set in the future, right? So people can live on Mars, people live on like Jupiter, people live on all these different planets that are, as we know, inhabitable, right? But they live there. So people live on these planets. He keeps having these dreams about Mars, but he's never been to Mars as far as he knows. And he keeps telling his girlfriend, like, I want to go to Mars. Like, I want to take a vacation there. Like, I really have to see it. Like, I keep dreaming about it. And then she tells him, like, I just don't think we have the money right now. Like, it's difficult. So he's riding the train one day when he's coming home from work. And this movie's set in the future, keep in mind. And he sees an ad for a company called Recall. And they have, basically, their main selling point, what their service is they can't take you to somewhere like Mars, but what they can do is they can implant memories in your head. So like say if you want to like have a memory of like a great Disney trip, they can put that in your head. You never went, but you have the memory of going, so it's just as good, right?
Yeah.
So
concept.
yeah. So what they do, they like you can go to Mars, you can go to Hawaii, like, and you can have like a 2-week trip, a memory of like an extensive 2-week trip in your brain. And you just go instead of actually going, right?
Yeah.
You just go and you get them to implant this in your brain. So he goes there and they're like trying to sell him on it, and then the guy's trying to sell him, and he's like, yeah, you can go to Mars. And then the guy tells him, but we also have something new. And he's like, what do you have? And then he says, okay, so you can go to Mars and, you know, have your little trip and you can see all the landmarks or whatnot. Or you can go to Mars as somebody else and have the memory as somebody else, but have it in your head. Like, but he's like, but who would I be? And so he gives him like these different like scenarios he could be on Mars. And one of them was like a rock star on Mars. One of them was like a politician, and another one was like a secret agent. And he was like, "Oh shit, I picked secret agent." So he picked secret agent, right? So they want to implant basically 2 weeks worth of memories in his head of him being a secret agent on Mars. So like they're trying to do it, and basically they implant it in his head. But the rest of the movie, you're trying to wonder if he's insane or if he actually is a secret agent. Because a lot of crazy shit starts happening in terms of like people following him and like him trying to get to Mars and him actually getting there and doing shit on Mars. So you keep wondering like, did he go crazy and lose his mind? And did he actually not fucking like
end up going there, or like did they really give him the memory and shit like
exactly?
that?
Or is it, did they fuck that up, or is he actually a secret agent and they just erased his memory?
Yeah. That's a pretty good idea.
That is a pretty good idea.
It's
That's
an interesting
really
movie, man.
Wow, that's a
So-
super interesting concept. I never thought about that.
You guys should watch it. It's fucking fascinating.
that
So
sounds like some shit that.
So would you
actually
ever get a
happen in the
memory implanted?
future. Yeah. I mean, if
What
it's,
would you get implanted?
I don't know, something.
It's
real
interesting
cool.
concept, right? Because like you've never been somewhere, but they can implant like it's kind of weird. Like you've never been there, but it'll be in your memory of you being like having
be
went
weird.
somewhere.
I don't know. It would be kind of weird, because so when they wake up, they're supposed to know that like they think I went on that trip, but they know that they went and got the memory, right? Or
I think
no,
they
at
erased that part.
point-
They
yeah,
erased
they
that
erased
part.
it.
So you really think you went?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you went to like Hawaii or some shit?
Yeah.
That's a little creepy.
Wait, so
I don't know, man.
was it a permanent thing that they do?
Yeah,
That
it's
was like a
you
permanent-
keep the memory. So that's the goal. That's the plan of it, right? Like, say if someone in the future they can't afford to go to Hawaii, but they can go to Recall and they implant the memory of Hawaii in their head for 2 months. So you can think you lived in Hawaii for 2 months and you had a whole Hawaiian life, but really it was just a memory that they implanted in your head.
Yeah.
No, man, I don't like that. That
I don't
blurs
want
the
it.
line too much between
Yeah.
reality and like a simulation.
Dude, I don't want anything messing with my brain. Like,
I don't
leave
either.
my brain alone, except maybe Neuralink. Maybe I consider doing the Neuralink.
Yeah,
but
I'll
everything
talk to
else.
people in my brain, but I don't want memories implanted. I don't want anything going on with my brain that I don't know and will know after is going on with my brain. You know what I mean? Like I don't want them like we're gonna put this in your head and like you won't know the difference. It'll be nice. Like you'll love it. It's like no, I don't. I mean, yeah, I will because I don't know. But if I did know, I'd hate it. I don't know. That's weird. That's
Yeah, I'd rather actually do it
it's too intrusive.
than like it's too intrusive. And then the memory they might give me, it might not be as fun as it could be.
Had a terrible time in Hawaii.
It rained the whole time I was there.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
What if it like? What if it just turned bad? Like a really like bad politician, you know, got a hold of the Total Recall stuff, and then he implanted like memories of training like to become like a mass, you know, a mass murderer or something.
Holy shit!
Or what if they tell you? What if like how that dude said he wanted to be a secret agent, and then as like a soldier, they basically he's wiped out, and they actually do send him as a secret agent. You know what I mean? Like
he's like he's like a sleeper.
Yeah, like a sleeper, like brainwashing. He doesn't understand like all right, let's go send him over there to go kill like 40 people.
Yeah,
and he won't remember when he comes back. He's gonna think he had a great time and like
that's pretty wild.
It was Westworld. We were having
it was Westworld.
It was all virtual. It's fake. They're not
Maybe
real
be careful,
people.
man. People are listening. They're gonna start fucking taking our advice and doing this shit.
Oh
What
god.
the fuck is real?
Right.
Who am I?
Oh man, that's a good note to end on. Who are we?
Who are we?
Think
Who am
about it,
I?
guys.
What am I?
Before you go to bed tonight.
Thanks for listening, guys. I appreciate it.
All right, thank you.
All right.
Thanks everybody. Thanks
Thanks
Ray.
for being here, Raymond.
Thanks Sergeant Ray.
Thank you, Sergeant Ray.
Bye bye. Bye
Thank you,
guys.
civilians.
Right? Something like that. We're also cool. We didn't even ask you like